Time can never fade love, only deepen the longing. Welcome to WowTV, where heartfelt reunions between humans and animals are told through the purest emotions. Let's witness the moments that prove time may pass, but love always remains.
Ay, sí, mi amor.
Hi, my Bubby. What's up, Papa boy?
One hug was enough to show the deep family-like bond between Mike and the chimpanzee.
What's up, my man? What's up, my man?
Jolene!
Aaron Morris went through some of his hardest days after his car was stolen with Jolene still inside. After days of searching, Jolene was finally found safe on the side of a road in Tennessee. This was the emotional moment the dog returned to her owner's arms.
You should have fucking...
After days of missing his little companion, Logan lit up the moment he found it waiting on the bed and held it close.
Are you happy?
Gabriel. He's curious, but he doesn't remember my voice.
After a year apart, would Gabriel the cheetah still remember the man who once cared for him?
Good boy, Gabe. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, remember me? Good boy, Gabe. He remembers me. Good boy, Gabriel. Good boy, Gabe. Good boy. Bite my nose.
The second he heard the familiar voice, Gabriel instantly knew it was Dolph and greeted him with gentle affection.
Good boy.
Hamilton the pig was finally found after days of searching at a rescue shelter in Memphis. The exhausting journey came to an end with the reunion sweeter than anyone expected.
Come here, bud. It's a little windy. Say hi to Grandma.
Junie never stopped calling for his grandma, and after so many days of waiting, their brief reunion finally eased the longing they both carried.
Oh, who is that? Yeah. Say hi. Say I love you. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right. Happiness. Are you happy? I'm beautiful girl. I'm beautiful.
Naya safely returned to the boy's arms, carrying 8 tiny new lives with her like a miracle.
Franny. Francine. Come here, Franny. Come here, Franny. You're a good girl. Come here, Franny. Oh, baby, you're so different now. Come here. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Oh, Franny, I missed you so much. Baby, come here. I don't have food in my hands. If you come home, I'll give you food. Come on.
For 1 year and 47 days, Francine survived as a stray right in her own neighborhood. Then came a miracle. Her owner recognized and called out to her, finally bringing Francine home.
Oh, you beautiful, beautiful girl.
Quanto la fauna artica sia meravigliosa, straordinaria, non pericolosa. Ma mi stai mordendo, mi stai mordendo.
If you need a reason to smile, just watch these elephants hurry over to reunite with their human friend after 14 months. Even after time apart, Cayenne recognized her owner by the familiar sound of the car and was already waiting at the door. A touching reunion that showed the incredible loyalty and memory of our four-legged friends. After a long recovery on crutches, the one thing she wished for most was to see Bubby again. And despite being apart for so long, the horse still gently lowered his head to welcome her touch once more.
Маш, да ладно тебе вот. Настроение осеннее.
Masha the bear played beside her caregiver as if trying to cherish every warm moment before the long winter rest.
Все ограничено. Вы же не любите гулять зимой. Да, Маш? Вы же не любите гулять.
Good morning. My bush.
A lively morning unfolds at the home of 6 baby rhinos, each rescued from a different place. Their calls for breakfast aren't just filled with excitement, they're the sound of a second chance at life.
Paul, how you doing? I haven't seen you for ages. My big...
Putramas's excited trumpet and tight trunk wrap said everything about the joy of seeing his dear friend again.
Hi, big man. I love you, big fella. I've missed you. Hi. Have you been?
What would it feel like to reunite with the fully grown lion after years apart? For this man, it became an emotional embrace from the wild friend he had once raised from a cub. The cub's eyes and gentle actions revealed the special trust it had in the person who cared for it. The fish gather around the diver after he once helped one of their injured companions. Rescued at just 1 week old, Emma now stays close to her caregiver with eyes full of trust and affection.
Hey, girls. Hey, Molly doll. Hi.
6 years after being cared for through a difficult pregnancy, Molly reunited with her foster mother, and the moment overflowed with joy.
Is that a wolf or a half wolf dog? Hey, Wolfie Wolf.
Brian Hahn raised Jake from a young age before moving him to a sanctuary better suited for his life in the wild.
So this is the guy that was, it's all like a tiny little baby in your video, right?
But when Brian returned, the wild hyena became gentle again, staying close to his human dad.
If he came out or not, he would just eat it.
Boobies! Boobies!
During his battle with illness, he had to part ways with his dog to focus on treatment. And the emotional tears during their reunion showed that the bond between them never faded. A Across the wide open field, the sheep still knew their caregiver's familiar call and came running straight to him. After a 5-day journey, the greatest reward was returning to the joyful welcome of 26 beloved sled dogs. There's no warmer welcome than this. Just watching Indigo and Douglas celebrate with excitement shows how much they miss their mom.
Poppy definitely was a bit cautious of baby jungle school at first.
We've all been waiting for.
Canine Leon visited his partner, Webb Sistruck, after the officer was injured during duty. Even with his shoulder still healing, Webb opened his arms to welcome Leon.
Hi. I love you.
Oh my God.
As soon as Molly saw Gracie at the airport, the monkey wrapped her in a tight hug as if making up for all the time apart.
I love you.
Guys, sebulan dia hilang guys. Saya jumpa kali guys.
Anyone who's ever lost a 4-legged family member will understand the owner's emotions in this moment. The cat, however, seems completely unbothered.
Alhamdulillah, saya jumpa balik Moki guys. Sebulan dia hilang guys. Sebulan saya cari dia.
Sergeant Jason Bos' journey home from the battlefield only felt complete once he could hold Cila, his longtime partner, again. Their airport reunion proved that even 5 years apart couldn't weaken their bond.
She started smelling me and she knew me, I think, right when she saw me. But just the things that...
Ты кошечка.
Happy spins and a tight embrace marked the day Daisy reunited with Joyce after more than 2 weeks apart.
It's a young dog too. Yeah. My girl, it's okay.
Jonathan once cared for Sonia when she was young, and years later, the bear still recognized him the moment they met again.
I'm 30. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
During the COVID break, he was able to spend nearly a full year by Sonia's side once more. Even after 8 months apart, the 2 leopards rushed into Armand's arms as if they had only seen him yesterday.
Oh my god.
A former circus volunteer returned to visit the little monkey he had cared for a year earlier.
Oh, this is heartbreaking.
Even with good care around it, the monkey still remembered the person who once brought daily love.
There's a photo now?
Who's that? Who's that?
The puppy's joy grew even bigger when after 5 months, he finally got to see his grandpa again.
Your grandpa show neglect.
Hey! Who's that? Who's that? Hi, bud. Who's that? You good?
The Birdman has returned home.
My flea bags.
The tight embrace and constant affection said everything about how much the horse had missed its owner.
Rosie! Rosie!
Híjole.
Ay, qué bonito mi Rosie. Oh, hi, Goose. Hi, Goose. Hi, buddy. How are you doing? How are things? How are things going, huh? Are you doing good?
At first, Loki cautiously sniffed at the familiar figure after so much time apart. But the moment he realized it was his owner, he instantly jumped in with pure joy.
Yeah.
With a welcome this warm waiting at home, who wouldn't want to come back early?
Remember me? Oh, yeah.
Who's that? Huh?
After years spent inside laboratory facilities, the chimpanzees are finally free and reunited with their caretakers.
That's good.
Doll.
Oh, doll.
Their reunion after 18 years is a beautiful reminder that love is never forgotten.
These chimpanzees have
Free to roam the vast Kalahari, Serga still lights up every time she sees Valentin, the man who raised her from a cub. Amid the chaos left behind by the disaster, the elderly woman feared she might never see her beloved dog again.
Help me.
Help Megan.
Oh, bad. Oh.
Then, from beneath the rubble, her little companion suddenly appeared and brought an unexpected happy ending.
Well, I thought God just answered me.
Is that Mr. Peachy? Hello, Mr. Peachy. Come on in. Come on. Right up the leg.
The journey from a fragile little squirrel to a beloved part of the family became a truly touching story.
My daughter found a baby squirrel on our deck, and the mother was nowhere to be found. We knew that he needed help, and we started to feed him.
Yep.
Go, look, who's here. Look.
From confusion to an uncontrollable celebration, this dog showed just how much a year of waiting truly meant.
Oh my goodness.
Toto the swan was rescued by Regal Gabor when he was still an egg, nearly swept away by a storm. Three years later, even after returning to the wild, Toto still joins him for walks and shopping trips like a true companion. Sometimes, a miracle is simply seeing a familiar little face return home safely after being missing for more than a month.
Is that Papa? Is that Papa?
3 months apart were finally over as Darcy reunited with his beloved owner.
Where's my guy? Hi, baby. There he is. Oh, despite the chair, he came right to you. Sweetheart. How's my bird?
The cockatoo stayed close the entire time, sharing warm hugs and affection.
There he is. Huh, baby? Oh.
You're right in front of me. Who's that? Who's that? Who is that?
What? Where did you find him?
The neighbor found him.
No way. Well, I was gonna say my day was horribly shitty. Oh my god, is he like fine?
He's totally fine.
Dude, you're so baby. Oh my god, I need to hug you.
As the boy's expression shifted from shock to pure happiness, it was clear the lizard held a special place in his heart.
Oh my god.
Fireworks frightened Dora and led to the dog being missing for 200 days, until the family finally received a call from a rescue shelter. Now, Dora is back home, living peacefully once again with the people who love her. Six years apart seemed to leave no hope behind, until she finally held the horse that once meant everything to her again.
Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! What's up, baby?
In Anna's arms, Jupiter was no longer the king of the wild, just a gentle soul finding comfort in a place that felt like home.
Tan bello.
job. What are you doing? Oh my goodness, there she goes! What are you doing, baby girl? Oh my goodness, there she goes! Oh my goodness, no! She got right over me! Baby! Oh, precious girl! Woo, who's Maddie too? Oh my goodness, Zoe! Goodness gracious!
The dog's tail wags so hard it looks like a dance. A joyful celebration of happiness and pure love at the sight of familiar faces.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
12 hours with the cat may have felt like a simple wander, but for the owner, it was an endless wait. Everything was eased in the moment they saw it again. The raccoon usually stays perched in a tree in the backyard. But whenever it sees this neighbor, it comes closer on its own, gently showing affection.
Looking you right in the eyes. I ain't a fool.
The ritual between the diver and the seal is so tender, it completely melts my heart. The binturong shows affection for its owner with a uniquely charming greeting every time they meet.
Good morning, Monty.
You did it. You did it. You did it. Yeah. Lift it up.
From the non-stop wag of his tail, you can see just how eager the dog is to see his vet again.
Hi, Monty. Hi, my love. My Monty. Hi.
Canine Tamarack was once deeply bonded with his handler, but when the man left the job, the dog's future became uncertain. After so many trials, the moment they had both been waiting for finally arrived. For Limbani, the once orphaned fragile chimp, the greatest happiness was being reunited with his human parents.
Get a kiss, Mama. No.
Can I get a kiss? Love you, baby.
Some goodbyes may feel like forever, but love always finds its way back. Which reunion touched your heart the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to WowTV for more heartwarming stories like these.